Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hearthstone. I'm not sure we're gonna really do a full run here because I just have all these quests that I'm gonna try and burn through real fast since I don't have that much to talk about. This seems to be a constant problem. Is one thing, we're still doing the Heroic Tavern Brawl, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, one run of 3 days, a lot of things happen, and then the other run of 3 days, it involves Saturday and Sunday, so nothing happens. And that makes a problem. Let's see what our custom priest deck is doing right now. Is this for dragons or something? I don't know. So let's just go ahead and delete this. First thing we need is Divine Shield, so we'll go with Paladin. And like shields up, doesn't even make sense to do shields up. And here we go. Let's see, shield. Type that, hit enter. Oops. SHIELD. Why can't I just hit the backspace? Alright. So, Divine Shield here. Divine Shield. And I want actual things with Divine Shield instead of things that give Divine Shield. And most of the cards are neutral on that point, aren't they? Give other minions Divine Shield. So this guy doesn't have Divine Shield. All minions lose Divine Shield. Divine Shield. Here we go. And couple here, couple here, couple here. And is there anything else I want? No, I think that's as good as we need to do. Let's come back here. Come back and check just to play 10 Divine Shield minions. That should be one game then. I have no clue. Literally no clue how I'm going to rebuild the decks with the next expansion because of this. I suppose I need to start writing down what the quests are, so I'll just write down on my list and then I'll copy it later. So I'm gonna write down Divine Shield minions 10 because maybe there's something there that where I could get Divine Shield minions plus some other things, but I don't think that's fully what we want to do, or that's gonna be how it works. So the one good piece of news of the 5 things I have to talk about, and let's see. Yeah, actually, it probably is the only good piece of news in the whole thing. Is the fact that my Heroic Tavern Brawl video now, probably 4 or 5 days now going on, is still getting views, and I'm very happy for that. It's a little unexpected that I continue to get views, and I'm certainly not getting a massive jump, but I'm getting like 10 or 20 every 12 hours, which is way better than any of my other series, so can't be upset there.
Nothing scares me. Except the mice.
Reporting for duty. The battle!
I fight.
So now I'm up to 1,405 views last time I checked, which was right before here. So I'm very, very happy about that. I am thinking I need to kind of, like, maybe warn people off. I'd already been sort of at that level where I was kind of warning people, like, look, I've been playing this game for this long. I am a little burnt out on it. I am a little salty. I hate people that use that phrase. The only people I've ever interacted with that use the phrase salty are just obnoxious people. I mean, I don't want to get super offensive to them, but they're all obnoxious people. They're all people who want to be upset with me for some reason, and then they're upset because I'm saying something negative. Particularly as a critic, it makes no sense at all. It's like, my job is to criticize. If you don't want criticism,
don't worry, Lux, the cavalry's here.
You shouldn't watch YouTube. Because even if you do find somebody that is going to just say Hearthstone is perfect or your favorite game is perfect and there's nothing wrong with it, you're just wasting your time. You're entering an echo chamber that's ridiculous. And I think my arguments are valid, particularly with Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a very gritty game that does not train its players well. And it's not the only card game like that, by far. There's a significant number of...
Remember, Kel'Thalas! Yeah!
Let's see.
Glory to the Sindora!
There's a significant number of card games. Like, Magic is really bad, too, if you try to get into that community. It's really, really bad about screwing over new players. The Magic players in general are kind of bad about screwing over new players, not training them. And Magic the Gathering is very complicated, and so it's hard to start there. I would say probably the Pokemon card game is very focused around that, so it's probably not that bad. Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't that bad either because he had the entire cartoon there, also explaining things, even if they were explaining things, just making up things. Taunt. And
silence!
Job done. So, yeah, but card games in general, bad about training players. It's not like people understand the concept of a collectible card game just through normal experience. Like, when I was a kid playing card games, we learned things like War, which is a very simple card game with playing cards. The card that's the higher wins, and if there's a match you deal out 3 and then see the one that wins, and if there's a match you keep on going forever and ever. There's several other games like that several other card games that are designed specifically, playing card games are designed specifically to be simple, easy to pick up, and have not ridiculous amounts of rules. Collectible card games, on the other hand, are completely the opposite. They're random and difficult.
I have no time for games.
It's all about looking at your opponent's card and going, oh, I've never seen that one before. But there needs to be still a level of experience there.
I am undefeated.
Back to your homes.
Don't test me, child.
I wonder if I'm playing enough cards here. So, Yeah, that's the heroic tale of Umbral. I wrote something next to it, trying to save space, like I was, in case I needed it. Yeah, the PS4 Pro has SATA 3, and so SATA 3 versus the SATA 2 in the PS4 original. You'd think putting an SSD would speed it up, but according to Digital Foundry, no, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. So it's not really worth it to put an SSD in your PlayStation 4 Pro. I think probably it would be a lot better to get maybe just a 7200 RPM, or is it 7400 RPM regular hard drive, 4 or 5 terabytes, something you could really fill up with.
The light protects me.
With just
For justice.
a massive amount of downloads and things.
Well
I'm
played.
not sure at this point whether the PS4 Pro is actually worth getting at all. And I suppose maybe there's an argument from me in particular, since I don't have a PlayStation 4 at all. But that certainly would have to be a long way down the road. I'm nowhere near the budget. I would much rather spend the cost of a PlayStation 4 Pro on a new video card. Really? Gotta play again? I'd much rather have a 1080 or a 1090. Is there a 1090? Or a Titan X Pascal.
Uther versus Uther.
So,
I will
yeah.
fight with honor.
But
I will
I think for
command
most
the
players, if you don't have a 4K Ultra HD TV, which I was looking at that, and like a low latency 4K HDR of the two standards game monitor. So low latency, below. I would want it to be as low as possible on the latency, with high dynamic range. Would be very nice. Now, for me in particular, this is kind of just replacing my TV, and it's really something that should be very low priority, because there's nothing that I would be playing at a higher resolution. As far as video games, I just kind of be watching Blu-rays on it, and I don't know right now if
I fight.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I don't know if what it would really help. Really, it's kind of just something I want to get for my own personal use. Like, I'm not gonna record at 4K anytime soon. I can't upload the videos fast
Let's show
enough.
our guests.
People on YouTube can't watch the videos. My Titan X Pascal by itself still probably couldn't get a consistent limit there.
I don't have enough mana.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Let's see.
I fight.
The battle.
Avenge me!
Giddy up.
So, yeah, I'd like to get it, but only kind of just because I'd like to replace some TVs. In fact, I've been thinking about the TVs in my house right now, and I have
One day I'll be a real
5 TVs for different places, and I think I kind of want to go down to 3. So I have 2 TVs right now that I already want to kind
Nothing
of get rid
scares
of.
me. Except
Reporting for duty.
So
We're using real sorts.
So you're in this weird position in itself, because
Giddy up.
I
there's
fight.
this I've already got 2 TVs that are good flat screen TVs, and one of them's a 720 TV. But I kind of want to get rid of them. I kind of want to do some different things. Even my theater room is not getting used. So, do I keep it as a theater room, or do I redecorate it some other way? I mean, I've got a TV mounted to that wall, and I don't want to just end up taking it down. But also, it's just kind of sitting there.
To battle!
I should probably just
Is
concede
that
this game.
it?
We're playing a console.
Job's done.
Next turn, I'm just gonna play this then concede. I should have done enough, and I'm so short on dialogue, and I'm short on time. I am kind of far ahead on Skyrim now, so I need to record what is probably going to be the last Lego game I play for a while, and get that recorded, make sure that I can deal with any content IDs there, because of all of that. So this is, I've played at least 2 of these.
Victory!
Is that it?
Job's done.
Let's see. And I'm just gonna go ahead and concede,
The victory is yours.
just to save time. I totally would have won. I just don't have a purpose to it. We've got other quests to do. Now we need pirates, so we have to come back here and make a pirate deck. Where's that custom paladin? Delete that. Confirm. And then make a new one.
If you make a wild deck, you can only use it in wild games.
I think that probably was part of the mistake there I made. Making the previous one was, I think I made a standard deck. Alright. Let's see, Shady Diller actually isn't a pirate, so I don't want him. Where's all my pirates? All cards. Interesting. That is very strange. Pirates didn't show up when I only typed PIRA, and instead so that's all of our pirates, I suppose. Let's move forward to combo. Let's see. Cheap combo cards, we'll start working on that one too. There we go. Done back here. And so I'm just gonna write down these other quests. Let's see. Pirate minions. 10 and combo cards. 10. So these 2 quests, custom rogue wild play. I think it is kind of jaw-dropping when I first saw this announcement, but a free patch update is coming out eventually for Dishonored 2 to add New Game Plus and adjustable difficulty. Now, as far as what adjustable difficulty means, it could be a few different things. At first, I just assumed that, if I recall correctly, Dishonored 2, Dishonored 1 specifically had this thing where you set the difficulty at the beginning, and if you drop down, I think you could drop down, but it would affect your achievements, and that was fine. That's pretty typical for a video game. So at first I thought to myself, does that mean you can't even turn it down if you find the game too difficult in Dishonored 2? And it seems like it might be a little bit different from that. It seems like it actually is more of a system where you might be able to adjust certain things, but I don't know what those certain things could be. Like, could you slowly lower the cone of vision on the enemies, or separately lower the health on different types of enemies? Do we really need that much fiddle work? Do we need that much craziness?
A little cut.
Wow, this is actually a pretty decent deck here. So yeah, I don't know if choice is the right thing there. Definitely turning it down from novice to easy to hard to very easy, super hard, hardcore mode. All those things fine by me.
Feed the fish like the lover.
A tango?
I should have attacked with this first.
A little cut.
Here we go.
I messed up there. That was bad strategy. So yeah, I don't think we should be able to adjust difficulty, because then you have the whole point of any of that. Seems kind of crazy. This. Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy. And then kill this guy. This.
Here we go.
And I think I may be running too fast here. Then there's the New Game Plus element. That seems kind of ridiculous not to be in the game too, because you pick to play as either the girl or the guy, Corvo or Emily, and then, man, if I had that counter spell on, that would have been nice. So, and then you're kind of locked into that, and that seems weird. Seems like a weird choice.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Dishonored 1 wanted you to go back and play the levels multiple times and kind of do this whole Thief feel. And people love Thief, and I haven't ever played it, so I could be totally wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were trying to accomplish. I don't even know if maybe they're the same company that made Thief.
No quarter.
Let's see.
Here we go.
But for me personally, I could never really like the levels enough to do that, and it always kind of just pushes you into high chaos. I was watching somebody on Giant Bomb play it, and then they're trying to play stealthily, but at the end of the day, you just get pushed back into playing very high chaos on there, and I really wonder how many people got the low chaos ending on the first game, and it's really silly that that was the actual canonical ending. It kind of had to be. Let's see, I need one more pirate thing, so let's play and then concede immediately. This is a weird way to play, certainly, but it's a time-saving measurement. So yeah, a whole new game plus element kind of makes sense, but it also kind of makes sense that it should, if you're gonna have two characters, it should be either you can swap between the two instantaneously, or that there's co-op play or something like that. Dishonored was one, particularly in the DLC, tried to add a lot of crazy things that took it far from where it was.
Victory or death!
Anyways, we'll see if those things are that important. There's not a lot to say about this next topic. Overwatch Last Strike was a comic book, it was a graphic novel, which is slightly different. And it was canceled. And I guess there's not much more you can say there, other than Overwatch people definitely want Overwatch too. There we go.
I give up.
Let's see if that works. There's 10 pirates done. I'm sure he's happy about that response. I know people definitely want Overwatch to start being this multimedia thing. I think in a lot of ways Overwatch is going to kind of just fade into the past. Same character here, just going to play combo cards now. Trying to double click there. And it's not working. So combo, 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 and combo. And then I guess we just need really cheap things to help with the combos. There we go. End the turn. Back. Play. And where's that custom deck? Here we go. There. Yeah. I think I personally would have probably appreciated Overwatch more if it was this kind of multimedia cartoon series that built up to it, and then the video game came out. If Blizzard had taken a year and said, you know what, we're gonna really build this up, it would have also helped Battleborn like succeed a little bit better, and that would have definitely been helpful too. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Because you could have said that a video game is coming very, very quickly. Let's see. Just gonna end my turn here. Playing with good strategy for no reason.
Powering up! Portals online!
It's almost a little too late now, also, to start.
You're not dead.
That's one down. It's a little too late to start with Overwatch. I think you could make a movie, like an animated movie, certainly. I tried to watch the Persona 5 movie 2 on Netflix because movie 1 isn't there or something, and I didn't know any of the characters, and it just kind of looked like a bad anime movie.
This is our town, scrub.
Let's see. It costs 2 less. Interesting. So is that.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, beat it!
What a way What a way to summon a character there. So, yeah, hopefully they do something with Overwatch, but it seems strange that they would cancel the graphic novel that they commissioned. Maybe they're going to turn it into something else. A graphic novel in itself is not going to sell much, and it's not a good advertisement range anyways. See, now the problem here is if you do this, you still don't get the combo. That's the problem with that.
Here we go.
Take that one out. Respawn doesn't know if it's going to make Titanfall 3, which I think is because Microsoft owns the license to that. I seriously doubt that they won't make a Titanfall 3. Somebody won't. They might take a little bit longer. They might make a good decision to
We are the sword in the shadows.
Here we
separate out their separate the time out a little bit and not stick it right between Call of Duty and Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare, whatever the two other shooters that were stuck between. I think that was a terrible release schedule. We had this incredibly long glut of things happen, and then all of a sudden all these games decided to come out to
Shadow strike.
let's see, heal this guy. No. And then bring this guy back and use him next time. So yeah, I kind of want to play Titanfall 2. Also, there's a little bit of a budget issue here. I don't know if I'm really gonna buy anything on the November sale. The fact that
This guy's toast. I usually walk alone.
Shadow strike.
let's keep playing. That Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider is on sale right now, and I'm not going to be able to get that. Tells me probably it's not going to be on sale in the November thing. Also, I've got a lot of games, and if Skyrim goes forever, or, I mean, I've also got Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel to play through. And there's a certain, like, level 2 of wanting to
Here we go.
get rid of. Am I trying to win here, or am I trying to play combo cards? I don't even remember. I'm trying to play combo cards. So, I have a lot of games. There was an article about the guy who's trying to play all the games, and that is certainly crazy. All the games on Steam. He's at like 20%.
Shadow strike.
It's one thing to own all the games. That's just throwing money at it, but to play put time in the games and play them, particularly when the vast quantity are going to be visual novels and garbage and RPG Maker things, you've got to put a level of filter there. It's like going into the Library of Congress and saying, I want to read all the books. There's more than a lifetime of books there. It's not going to happen.
Thank you.
Plus, do you really want to read every single law book in their law section? Do you want to read every single romance book if you're not in the romance, or horror book if you're not in the horror, mystery book if you're not in the mystery? People have different tastes. That's part of the reason why criticism needs to exist. If the world was so simplistic that there were only a finite number of entertainment forms. Then we wouldn't need critics to criticize the bad ones and say, don't get this, or this is why you'd want to get this and get that. Speaking of criticism, I watched the movie Sucker Punch for the first time.
Here we go.
And boy, is that an awful movie. I think they were trying to promote a girl band, like the Spice Girls in it, but then they couldn't get a girl music band to star in it. Oh, well, my main thought is they probably were trying to sell a soundtrack because the whole movie is almost a musical and with modern music. But it also kind of feels like it's supposed to be an attempt to do like what Pink Floyd The Wall does, except for in the case of The Wall, there's like real experience and it feels like this is actually somebody's journey, where in Sucker Punch it seems so made up. Well, oh, and so I've finished this recording. That's all I was gonna do, and we didn't even get to genital jousting. After the big deal with the genitalia in Watch Dogs 2, which I've more come to believe that it was stupid of them to have that in there. We don't need this in games like GTA and Watch Dogs 2. You don't need nudity. It's just gonna get you in trouble. Those games are not mature enough in their storyline or themes to justify that. It's like when you get the unedited versions of movies, half the time they just throw in a sex scene to have an unedited version that would have been better off being cut. But yeah, genital jousting is out and it's making a little bit of a buzz, but not really. Where you run around as these phallic-shaped, penis-shaped creatures, worms, and you're playing multiple games, and the worms have their own butts at the back, and so like one worm can enter the other worm, and it's completely grotesque. Again, not mature at all. And I'm sure for YouTubers that don't want to get don't worry about getting flagged as being not family friendly, they're going to enjoy it for a little bit and get a few views, but at the end of a week or two you're going to say, alright, we've seen this joke, this was a joke in the first place, and it's really not worth looking at. Maybe if you're a mature adult, go check out the trailer, and you've seen the joke after you've seen the trailer. There's no reason to buy the game and do it. Anywho, that's it for this recording. I'm trying to find more ways to wrap up my ending. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to support me further, go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel, and down below in the description is the links to all my social media sites. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. See, I think if I can get all of that down to one sentence instead of 3 sentences and keep it all concise, I think I can start to wear it down. But it's still, the main problem is I'm asking you to do potentially 5 different things, and you're just going to get overwhelmed. Too much choice again, which is kind of an issue with Skyrim that we didn't even talk about, so I might write that down for next recording session. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. First 3 things is probably the max, but then I kind of do want to encourage people to donate also, and there's no promotion of that anywhere on YouTube. And then I also wanted people to follow me on social media sites so they see my new posts and go back to YouTube, because I don't think people in general go to check their YouTube feeds anywhere as often as I do it. I do it like 12 times a day. I think most people do it almost never. Anyways, we're wrapping up. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.